Sir Hubert wooed fair Marian. He thought his suit was very good, but met a German rival. That was Herr Robin Hood.
Out of my way, Charles.
Nay, good sir, I would have words with you.
What do you wish to talk about?
I wish to invite you to dinner here in the Greenwood.
Are you an outlaw?
I asked my question first. Will you dine with us?
I must ask to be excused. Today I'm in a most particular hurry. I'm on my way to get married.
Well, that is an unusual circumstance. But there's still the matter of a fee we ask of our guests.
Well, if it's money you're after, I wouldn't be much use to you. I've nothing but a few groats in my purse.
If that be true...
I shall have to owe it to you. In a few days, as soon as I'm married, I shall be a rich man.
But how could I collect it?
Well, seek me out. Do you know where Fitzwalter Hall is?
Fitzwalter Hall?
Well, that's where I'm going to claim my bride. The Lady Marian Fitzwalter.
You'll have to come to dinner. Today, this minute. Money all no.
But I thought you'd agreed to let me go.
I've changed my mind. Derwent, lead him by way of the park. I'll go ahead to announce our guest.
Come on, my beauty.
I walked through fields at eventide, my own true love to see.
Robin.
And she came running to my side, my own true love did she.
Robin, we found a knight on his way to be married.
Fine, dinner's almost ready. I hope we don't cause the lady any distress.
I don't know. It's Maid Marian.
Oh, that's impossible. That's impossible.
He sounds pretty sure of himself.
Don't you think if Marian was going to marry anyone, I'd know about it? Don't you think?
Almost every woman is married at her age, especially the pretty ones. Now, if you weren't living in the forest...
Oh, I know all about that. I've got nothing to offer her. Well, she has decided to get married.
Yes?
Well, that's the first thing to find out.
Well, you can ask the man yourself. Derwent's leading him past the sentry at this moment.
No, I'd rather listen to what he has to say without him knowing who I am. Dick, you take over my role as host. I want to study our guest from a distance.
Hi, Robbie. We understand, Sir Hubert, that your fortunes are about to take a turn for the better. That's right. I'm making a good marriage. This sauce is delicious. In fact, I don't know when I ever tasted the like.
Well, it's the herbs, really. You take some marjoram, thyme, parsley. Won't you please tell us about how you won your bride? We love to hear stories about bold knights and beautiful damsels.
Well, I don't know about the beautiful damsels. I haven't seen the lady yet. And frankly, I'm not expecting very much.
How do you choose a wife without seeing her?
Ah, a wise man doesn't choose a wife. He chooses a father-in-law. Well, we're all rogues here together.
Oh, thank you very much.
I went on this crusade with King Richard because it was the best chance of meeting rich noblemen with unmarried daughters. Now, when I decided on Lord Fitzwalter, well, it was an easy matter to arrange to save his life. And what finer reward could the old man give me but his daughter's hand in marriage?
What a clever fellow you are. Naturally, you discovered in advance what her dowry was.
So naturally. A manor house, 600 acres and 45 people. And Fitzwalter Hall itself to inherit when the old man dies. If I marry her, I'll never have to worry again for the rest of my life.
But there may be some reason why he offered such generous terms. She may be, dreadful to look at.
Of course she'll be dreadful. But who has to look at her? All I'm committed to do is to marry her.
My dear daughter will realize that though I am far away from her, I am thinking about her future. I know that she would be a good and obedient wife to Sir Hubert, even if she did not feel tenderly towards him already.
I feel tenderly?
Because he saved my life. One more request, good brother George. I would like you to see that... yes, he goes on with instructions for me about the wedding, where to hold it, whom to invite, nothing that concerns you.
Doesn't it? Well, this may surprise you, Uncle, but everything about my wedding concerns me, even the bridegroom. If that Sir Hubert ever turns up here...
Oh, he'll turn up all right sometime. Says so in the letter.
The last husband my father picked out for me hasn't turned up yet. And that was 4 years ago.
Yes, I'd forgotten. German fellow, wasn't it?
Baron Blumberg von Altdorf. Father met him in Baden on his way to the crusade. Said the man would come and claim me within 30 days. 6 months before I stopped shivering every time the gate bell rang.
My brother's very conscientious. Most fathers would give up after a failure like that.
I wish Father would give up. Uncle, why can't I choose my own husband?
Marian, what an ungrateful thing to say. And unchristian. And un-English. And I'm ashamed of you. What is it? What's it all about?
You are tired, Uncle.
Well, of course I'm tired.
If you're going to leave early in the morning, you better go to bed now.
All right.
I'll send your supper up to you.
Thank you, my dear. An old man's bones.
And some nice mulled wine. Ada will show you to your room.
I don't want that.
No, Uncle, don't excite yourself or you won't sleep. Good night.
Good night, my dear.
It isn't a question of simply putting him off. You have to definitely rid yourself of him once and for all.
Do I? Is he so impossible?
Yes, completely.
Too old and ugly?
No, not that. He's young enough. He's rather a fine figure of a man.
You make him sound attractive.
He's a fortune hunter. He's after your dowry.
Aren't you making rather a quick judgment?
I'm only telling you what I know to be a fact. If you've decided...
Oh, I didn't say that, Robin. It's just that unmarried daughters have to obey their fathers.
If I still had Locksley Hall or even a yeoman's cottage...
Well, say it, Robin, even though it's impossible. I'd like to hear you say it.
So would I. But look, you can't stay here talking forever. Someone may come along at any moment.
Sir Hugo is only after your property. I could just prove that to you.
And my uncle.
I know how we can prove it. Let me go and meet him in your place. Now, I'm probably the homeliest woman in Christendom. Oh, it doesn't bother me one whit because my Eldred likes me this way. But it ought to bother a knight who's looking for a maiden fair.
Oh, no, Ada, I couldn't.
But I get fun out of it, you know that. Now, if he won't accept me as his lady love, off he goes and you're rid of him forever. But if he does accept me, then you can be sure he's after your fortune.
Sir Hubert de Vere with a message from Lord Fitzwalter to his daughter, the Lady Marian.
My mistress awaits you, sir.
Oh, so she's heard from her father, eh? Good. That means so much the less to explain.
This way, sir.
It's very dark in here. Will you guide me?
Pray take the taper, sir. I know my way well enough. This way, Sir Hubert.
One moment. This interview shouldn't take long. Where can I find you when I'm through?
Can't tell you that, sir. I go wherever my mistress bids me.
Yes. By all means, go where your mistress bids you. At least until she's married.
How does that change it?
Well, after she's married, there'll be a new master for her and for you alike. Then you will both do the bidding of your new lord. Most fair and radiant damsel. What a stroke of fortune it is for me to be chosen as your consort.
Oh, but I thought you wanted to marry me. My, but we'll make a handsome pair. I'll never leave your side day or night.
No, indeed. I understand that you have considerable property in your own name. I shall be happy to relieve you of the unwomanly responsibility of taking care of it. A lovely woman, in my opinion, should be allowed simply to walk in beauty with no worldly cares to wrinkle her fair brow.
Oh, you do talk nice.
Oh, thank you. Well, perhaps you ought to know something about me.
Well, you've got strong arms, and that's all that matters.
I meant in my record. In the 12 years since I was knighted, I've been bested in single combat but 7 times. And in 3 of those, the decision was stolen from me by venal tournament umpires. I've served in 2 big wars and a dozen small ones.
Sir Hubert de Vere?
Yes?
Lady Marian's uncle, Sir George Fitzwalter, has heard of your arrival and desires that you attend to him in his chamber.
Of course. You didn't tell me your uncle was at home. Dear lady, this has been a most fruitful chat. I'm sure ours will be a perfect marriage.
We'll make the arrangements in the morning. The old man must get his rest. Hold that a minute. You've seen my niece already?
Yes, I have.
Lovely girl, isn't she?
A vision of delight.
Beautiful manners, too. She had the finest upbringing.
I'm sure she has. I love her with all my heart.
Huh? Already? Well, good night and good luck to you.
Good night to you, sir.
Your bedchamber is there, sir.
Come and show it to me.
Say, shut up. He really meant it. Remarkably impatient fellow.
Our first breakfast together. What a rare chance we have of getting to know each other even before we're married. Your uncle said he would arrange the details of the wedding as soon as he arose. Now,
More wine, sir.
what about a walk in the garden after breakfast?
Aren't you satisfied with your bride, sir?
You want to talk about that?
If you want to leave now before Sir George arises, I can have your horse saddled and ready at the postern gate.
Leave? Just because my fiancée has got a few slight drawbacks?
You're not disappointed?
Well, she's got one thing in her favor I didn't count on.
What's that?
You.
Now, really, children. After all, Sir Hubert.
I'm sorry, Sir George. I've been away at the crusade so long.
Couldn't you wait until you were married?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have looked at her. I won't look at her again.
Oh, you can look at her. I don't even mind kissing, that sort of thing. You don't? Certainly not. I'm a broad-minded man. But there are limits. Remember, as soon as you're married, this lovely young girl will be all yours.
You see? Just what I was saying. You certainly are a broad-minded man, Sir George.
Ada?
Dear lady, have I told you how brightly your eyes are shining this morning?
What do you say? What infernal nonsense is this?
I merely said...
Why are you talking to that woman like that?
Because I love her.
It's all right, Ada. We can end the masquerade now.
Oh, don't thank me. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
What is this mummery? Will somebody tell me?
Well, Uncle, Sir Hubert thought that I was Ada and that Ada was Lady Marian, the heiress.
But why should he think that?
Because I wanted him to think it, that's why. I wanted to show you what he was really after.
Listen, Sir George.
It's most remarkable.
Sir George, I insist on making myself clear.
By all means do, sir. Now, shall we sit down while we make a little inquiry into Sir Hubert's motives?
Thank you, my boy.
Now, may I introduce myself?
You don't have to.
You see, Uncle, I suspected that this knight might have deceived a trusting man like my father. I thought he might be planning to marry me for my dowry.
What's a dowry for if it isn't to induce a man to marry a woman?
It's not supposed to be the only reason. He was perfectly willing to marry Ada when he thought that I was...
But I'd much rather marry you.
Of course he would, because you're the girl he really wanted to make love to. This is a blessing, my dear.
What is?
Well, most marriages are mere matters of property and convenience, but you'll know that your husband is sincerely attracted by you.
Devotedly, passionately.
What an amazing piece of good fortune. Without your clever trick, you'd never have known for certain how he felt.
But surely, Uncle, you're not going to trust me to a man who not 5 minutes ago was willing to marry someone else for no reason except the estate went with her.
But the fact that he was willing to take your maid shows how deeply he respects the Fitzwalter name. I honor him for it. Every one of your father's vassals is supposed to make a carriage payment on the occasion of your marriage. How can we collect if we don't even invite them to the celebration?
I don't know and I don't care. I won't have a public spectacle made of my shame.
Your shame? To marry the man of your father's choice? Very well, the wedding must proceed. The bishop is here and awaits us in the chapel.
If I'm forced to submit, I submit.
You sound as though you were about to be executed.
Then I sound exactly the way I feel.
Baron Bloomberg von Alstorff. He says he's here to marry your ladyship.
Gadzooks, the German fellow. But that was 4 years ago.
Show him in.
Baron Bloomberg von Alstorff.
Gnädiger Fräulein Marian Fitzwalter, your father betrothed has made us.
He can't do that. He promised it to me.
This is my uncle, Sir George Fitzwalter, and a visiting knight, Sir Hubert de Vere.
You will the bride give away without the father, yeah?
Look here, Baron, that was 4 years ago. We'd given up expecting you.
Immediately am I setting out to come. But in Elsass was I get captured. By 3 wicked brothers was I for ransom held. Only since 1 month am I out-escaped already.
A likely story. Anyway, you can't keep a girl to an engagement after 4 years.
They are concerning you, my affairs, yeah?
They are concerning me. I'm the man she's going to marry today.
Ach so.
Baron, you must understand.
I understand nothing. She is to me bepromised.
And to me.
So, then perhaps we have a bargain to make. To you, the gnädige Fräulein, to me, the dowry. I accept.
I do not. Her father gave me his word. That's good enough for me.
Then we must by combat decide who shall have both the gnädige Fräulein und dowry.
Gentlemen, calm yourselves.
By all means, let it be combat. Now you'll see what sort of a champion you will be marrying.
Yeah, so you will.
Are you quite sure?
The Emperor himself is saying that I am the greatest swordman.
Who said we were going to fight with swords? We have yet to decide the weapons.
Perhaps a longbow.
We are knights. We don't fight with churls' weapons.
Well, what then?
Let us go to the armory. We shall choose the weapons there. You challenge me, so I have the choice.
Well, the matter's out of my hands. Beg the good bishop to wait. This way to the armory, gentlemen.
Nice-looking battle axes.
Ja. Für mich ist noch gut. Ist zu flach. Ich möchte es gerne so.
War spears. Our Norman ancestors used things like that in warfare.
Ja, in my country that is also. You wish to choose them, nein?
Nine. Well, that's an interesting weapon. Morning stars, I believe they're called.
Ach so, never have I heard the name.
Oh, you haven't, eh? Well, that might make quite a change. Interesting fight with something like that.
With such a weapon, you would not.
I would. You challenge me.
Ach, you would.
And a shield for both of us.
Ought to be a law against these weapons. Too savage. You could smash a man's head with one blow.
Heaven forbid.
You fool, we use Morgan stars against the Saracens. I've often fought with one like this.
Yeah, I also.
Well, you lying scoundrel. You said you never heard of the name.
That is true. By us it's called eine Morgenstern, which means in English, morning star, naturally. yields, tyranny! Bring the horses, Sir Hubert. You will swear as knight that all claims to the marriage of the Fraulein Fitzwalter you are giving up.
I swear it.
Und is true, ja, that the acquaintance of Lord Fitzwalter you are making to be bringing about the marriage with his daughter. Answer, please. Mit no lies.
That's right. I hired some men to attack him, and then I pretended to save his life.
Scoundrel! Be gone before I ask the Baron to do me the honor of cutting your ears off.
You are my true champion, Baron.
How fortunate I didn't tell the bishop the bridegroom's name. He'll never know we've changed him. He'll be waiting in the chapel. Come. For her. I never saw a bride and groom so loath to go to church.
There's no hurry, Uncle.
Oh, after 4 or even 5 years, what matters a few more minutes?
But the bishop may not wait. Come.
I still wish we could go through with it.
Take him alive!
Betrayer! Seducer! Wretch!
Who are you? What are you doing to him?
He's a baron of the Holy Roman Empire.
Well, we know it, the cunning dog.
He was our prisoner. For 4 years he was our prisoner, eating all the time, and never any sign of ransom money.
Then he escaped. We come to take him back.
You can't do that. We've lost one bridegroom already. How much is the ransom?
There can be no question of ransom. In order to escape, he made love to our little sister.
They were married.
Married?
We bring him to her.
And to their little baby.
Trifle.
Goodbye, Baron.
Oh, my poor child. Where was I?
What I'm suggesting to you, dear brother, is that perhaps...
Yes, perhaps... perhaps...
the good Lord does not contemplate an early marriage for our Marian.
Yes, set that down.
Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood. He called the greatest archers to a tavern on the green. They vowed to help the people of the king. They handled all the trouble on the English country scene and still found plenty of time to sing. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood.